Mic test 1 2 3 1 2 3. Mic test 1 2 3. Mic test 1 2. Okay. I think we are here. Right, I think we're ready, and I'm here. I'm on. So that's good. Just going to make sure that you guys can hear me because my audio is not really up to par. Right, I think we're ready. That's fine. Okay, that's good for me. All right. Okay. I think we are ready. We're ready. We're here. We're on. Yeah. It's strange when you're trying to do a live stream on YouTube. You know, all of a sudden your settings all go wrong, and it's just bizarre. Let me move the camera just a little bit. There we go. That's better now. There we are. All right. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to our white room. again. Now, welcome guys, welcome to YouTube, welcome guys to another live stream. Saturday night, I was basically I am absolutely shattered from this week. I am tired, but I thought I'd come on. I had a free night, and I thought, do you know what? I'm actually going to do a live stream on YouTube tonight. After I made many streams this week on Facebook, you know, you guys on YouTube want to know where I am, because you guys I keep getting messages every day from people on YouTube saying, do some more live streams, do some more live streams. I can't, guys, it's too much. Oh, it's good. It's been a very, very tiring week for me this week. Last 3 weeks ago was really unreal. Tonight I'm gonna go through, especially on here tonight, I'm actually going to go through what this week's been about, what's been going on, what's happening next year, which I do want to tell you guys. There's so much stuff going on, but I think first of all I want to show you our website. You guys have not seen the website at all, and we have linked it to our page, and I'm also going to discuss about why you know, what we've got on here. So I'm going to let me see. I just need to figure out how this works. Oh, that doesn't work for a start. Okay, why is that? Oh, that's a bit weird. Okay. Right. Okay, I'm going to have to use a new one. I'll sort it out in a minute anyway. That's it. OBS for me. I've got to try and get OBS sorted out. It's just all weird. It's gone strange. Anyway, so the last 3 weeks ago, I was basically I was just busy. It was just mad, crazy, unreal week I had. But this week, honestly, I want to start with how has this week been, and how have I progressed, and how have I now gone, how have we done this year, overview of the whole year at the label. I want to go through a lot of that. So I'm going to share you guys what I've really been up to this year in 2025. I mean, a lot has been going on. A lot has been going on since we've been from June time. I think we were getting absolutely hammered with so much work, and then up to now, up to just recently, it has been just unbelievable. It's been unbelievable. This year has been just unbelievable for me. There's a lot of things I want to discuss. You know, a few things I want to talk about, and an update of where I am going, what's happening in 2026, which you guys get the first to know about this on YouTube, which I suppose is worth doing it from the time we've got this now. So sit back and relax and enjoy the coffee, and just let me ramble on for an hour and a bit, whatever, if you want to stay around and ask questions as well, and just to kick things off, let's talk about how I've been myself from the last 3 weeks ago. I have been healthier. I have been much more concentrated on the music side of stuff from this wonderful little piece of that I created. Non-stop work, non-stop. It's been non-stop, and today's the only day that not only day, but today's the weekend I have got off this weekend. I have got nothing on this weekend. I am taking a rest this weekend. I think I deserve it, to be honest, all this work I've done. But for the start of the year, if you followed us on our Facebook page, I have been posting a lot of postings that we did over the past. This year has been just a crazy year we've had. We've had great successes. We've had more great successes. We've got artists who are proud of what I do. We've got a team next year putting in place for our label, which is going to be exciting. We have albums coming out, we've got singles coming out, and so much more stuff. So I'm going to start off with the website first. So our website has been non-stop updating every single day. Every single day, the website has been just amazing. The amount of people who are liking our website at the moment, they love it. They love our content. They love it so much. They are loving what we do. And in this, it's a happy thing to do. It's a really amazing thing and a joy to work with. It's superb, really. So anyway, I'm going to start off with the website. Let me see if I can get a screen capture of the website. Display capture. There we go. Okay, let's see. Display. Oh, I don't want to. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't want display capture. I want to put the thing on. Give me a moment. Again, I'm still trying. Browser. There we are. That's what we need. There we go. Okay. All right. So we don't want that. We want. Let's see. What did it say? Browser sources that you display web page or local. Select the URL you want to display. What do you mean? Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. That's fine. So this should work. So let's see. Should just let me see this. There we go. There we go. So this is. Oh, they actually took me on the mobile version of the website. Well, that's okay. So this is our website. I'm going to move this actually over to here so you guys can see it. So this is our website. We launched it at around about the time when we were getting really busy with everything that we were doing at the time, and it was really good. This wasn't actually. Oh, what am I going to do? I'm not going to actually do that. I'll do a screen capture on number one actually. And I'll add my camera as well to this. Obviously, it's not going to work on there, so I need to disable it on here, and then I need to enable it back onto this one. No, it's working on there. No, it's not working on the other one. Anyway, doesn't matter. Again, I don't know how this. I'm telling you guys, I'm useless at technology. I'm useless at this stuff. Right, there we are. Okay, there we are. Right, so here's our website. This is our website we created just this year, and this is actually all about the content we have on the website. So basically, it's just me bring it down here for a minute. So we have our 24 tracks of Christmas. We've been putting together a countdown of Christmas songs. We basically have been. This is what was really tiring me out this week. It was tiring me out so much. This is what was tiring me out. The 24 tracks of Christmas. This is the last year. This is the very last year that I'm going to do this, because I'm not doing this ever again. I'm not doing it ever again. It's never going to happen again. Too much going on with this. But what we did was, the artist that assigned the label had put Christmas songs in as a request, as what we put in our group chat. So we decided that we did it last year, and last year it was a great success. This year we kind of changed it around a little bit, and we made it a bit more better to have. So we had mostly everybody was working at the time, so we had to get stuff from our archives, and that was a nightmare to do. And then basically just edit the videos and put them on our site. And we had the first one, which was Last Christmas by Dacia. 23 was Cat Jane and Silent Night. 22 was Donny Pomeroy and Long Time Christmas. Brian Shovelton is his original Christmas song. And there's also a Christmas Holiday from Dacia, an original. Clayton Phoenix Smith and Bella Vista Christmas, another original. Then we have Dacia and Do You Hear What I Hear, and that's at number 18. 17 is Ray Russo Jr. and Santa Claus Is Coming to Town. And Cat Jane at 16 with Can't Help Falling in Love. 15, Naughty Blues, that's an original by Clayton Phoenix Smith. 14 is Dennis Whitley and Christmas Wishes. Southern Kiss is another original. Wayne Russo Jr. did Please Come Home for Christmas at 13, and just today, phenomenal, beautiful voice of Sophronia and Oh Holy Night, and I think people have seen that one and they like it, and it's really nice to do. And tomorrow we've got Danny and Christmas Letter. And what is the number one going to be? You'll have to find out. You'll have to stick to the list on our Facebook page. See what I'm saying. So our page basically had a massive makeover, and we were working with a friend of mine who you may know from the Queen from the YouTube years, and Chris had helped me design the new website, and he was absolutely fantastic. So I really enjoyed how he's done it. He made it so fantastic. So we've had new releases come out. I am going to speak about this in a moment as well. We've had new releases come out. They're all streaming now on Spotify. And also you can find out more information about the artists who have basically who's basically inside of us and have more information. Best albums of streaming albums that we've released over the last few years. Singles we've released, and also that one's been popular. And we now have our official playlist on Spotify. We do. It took so long. To do. We finally have our own playlist now. Yes, of all the stuff I've produced for everybody for the last 7 years, and it's now on there. So if you want to listen to all of our music, just listen on the website, and it'll open up a new little player on there for you, and it'll hear it all, and it is nice. So it's cool. One of the things that we've also been doing is we put a lot of time and effort into our artist page, and we haven't fixed this yet. This is something we've been working on for a while. One of the things that we have been working on that has been such an awesome success that at the moment is becoming a talk of the town is that of this wonderful artist I work with. Now, I'm going to explain more about that in a moment, because there's a lot of things that we have got in the pipeline, and stuff also that is also coming up as well. Also, we still have on our great website, we still have our video of our Artists Live that we did 3 years ago, I think it was. And we are doing another one actually, and I will be explaining about that more in a moment. So yes, so Artists Live, our special Artists Live thing that we did 3 years ago, has been a great success. We've had amazing stuff with this. And also, we also had been working with a guy called Ruben Spur, who did a radio program, and he did a radio show for us. And he's been amazing working with our artists and has been having some great interviews on there. There's some interviews that we will be putting back on here that we've got to add. We just haven't had the time to put it on, but we have got some great interviews on there. So there'll be some more coming up in the pipeline. We've also got reviews as well. Again, this is another thing that is not fixed yet. We still have to work on this a bit more. But yeah, there's a lot of things that we are basically been working on with this thing. Then there is going to be some more information, but we are still working on this, guys. So please bear in mind, we just haven't had time to go on this yet. What we'll have. We've also got our catalogue. We're also working on our catalogue as well. This is getting updated very soon. All of our releases we've done, and our new chain, our new label that we just launched. I just launched this year, has been Redux, and I want to talk about that more as well on here today. And also, if you're also interested in other information, we've also got a podcast as well. We do a podcast. The podcast used to be done every week, but it's been a busy year this year. We haven't done any more. Because the last one we did was with Jade. We did Lauren, but we didn't do an actual podcast with her. That was actually a compilation of interview of just stuff we put in there for her part anyway. But it's a great. Our podcast is really, really good. So go listen to that one. But yeah, and also the part 1 and part 2 of the music industry is worth listening to as well. But some of the other podcasts that we did record, we will not be posting them anymore, which is one thing. So that basically is a website that we have been working on, and I tell you something, this was kind of not an idea where I went, okay, we're going to build it, and we're going to have it. I worked my arse off on this thing. This is what is eating up my time, and it's been really, really, absolutely, the outcome of this has been just really, really good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add our website. It's going to be in black, obviously, because it's not going to work in white. So I'll just do it in black for now. Where is black? Yeah. See, guys, I tell you, it's just been a chaotic day for me, really. Yeah, so guys, if you want to go and have a look at more of information on this, please go and check out our website. But I'm going to talk about what I've been up to for the last few weeks. This is exactly why I wanted to tell you more about the label and everything else and how it came around and everything, because I haven't really done an in-depth kind of stream. I've just been basically going here, there, everywhere, and I thought, you know what, tonight I'm going to do it tonight, because you know what, you guys want to know what I've been up to and what I've been really been doing. So as you know, this year has been so busy. It's been absolutely, we've been jamming so much this year with so much work that you know, I really didn't think I was going to have a great success with what I've done. I have worked with many artists this year. I have collaborated with many artists this year. I've collaborated in the United States this year. We've collaborated in the UK this year. We've done gigs this year that we've got coming up next year, which I will discuss later, and how and what has been my overall best achievement I've had this year as well. Well, let's start from 2018, when this thing all came together. So 2018, And if you have seen the documentary, by the way, that documentary is going to get back on YouTube. By the way, there is a new version coming out of that actually, and I was trying to find the rough cut I had from this, and I lost it. It's gone in the archive somewhere. But luckily I have still got the footage still, and you guys, I'm going to go and re-edit that after Christmas, and I'm going to repost it back on to thingy, because there's a new part of it I'm gonna film again, that I did film actually some new material for it quite a while back. So I'm working on that at the moment, and also there could be another documentary coming out as well, which I'm looking forward to do. It's not been confirmed yet, but we're hoping it can be done. But as you know, guys, I was off YouTube for a while, for 2 years. On 2016 to 2018, I was off YouTube. I was actually off YouTube for quite a while. I had been working for a while. I had been working with a DJ for a while, and I had been doing a lot of work prior to this. So as you all know, Jade, who is basically the first one we ever got on board, she did a demo EP of songs that we are just about to actually get out this time actually, because we have some other good news that happened just this week. In fact, it's happened just now. So we signed Jade. We got her EP out, which was her demo album that came out on YouTube only because we weren't able to get it out anywhere. So her demo EP came out. Burn came out. The early version of Burn came out. And that was such a massive hit. It was a massive hit. It was a very loose recording. The guitars were great on it, but what was suffering was just the lack production side of it was not really good. But now, later on I'll talk about the new label I got launched. But we started off with Jade. Great first album we made, great songs. Then we had the second one we had was another album by Jade, which is Gothic Songbook, which again we didn't release it. Why I know. Well, there is reasons why we didn't release that one. We didn't have at the time. We didn't have the streaming services at the time. DistroKid never existed to us, and it just started in that year, and that's when we were getting what we're getting into now, which I'll tell you later. And so basically, we did a Gothic Songbook, cover songs, and she produced her first demo of that. Technically, it wasn't released because the reason being was, as I said, there was no way we could get on streaming services at the time. And the third one we did was with a great artist called Alex Summer. Alex Summer came to work on, well, I was actually looking for an artist to work on a project that to this day was really a good album to do, and it was called The Garden Light, and I had written some original material, and then we just did it on CD, and then she departed. I had some great times on that album. Again, it was very loosely recorded. And then the fourth one that I did was with a guy called Nathan Walker, who's just released his stuff, and he did a demo EP called This Is Life, and again that was released on CD but was not released on anything at the time. This is why the 2 years was a bit hard for us. But later on down the line, we're still working with a tremendous guitarist, Mac, who I've been working with for many years now, and still part of the team. Great guy, great guitarist, just amazing. and he basically has been with us from day one that this ever happened. And I didn't think that we were going to have. I didn't really think it was going to be a successful label at the time. So what we then planned was we planned an album with Jade to work with Mac on an album, which was called Restitched, and it was one of the best albums that she produced with Mac producing it, and he mixed it and finalized it. But I was not involved in that album. I did back it up. I backed up the album very well actually, and people were non-stop talking about it. And then a few months later, she put it out on. She got a streaming account sorted out, and when she got the album released on the streaming platforms, DistroKid is what we're using. That album's still being talked about today. They all want to work with her on more music. And so after that was done, I then went into this. Yes, this is what broke us. This is what brought us through in 2020. This is the album that I cannot stop talking about all the time. and I'm going to explain about now. I'm going to explain about how did this brilliant album come about. How did this album become to be my best successful album I ever did? We haven't done anything on this album, by the way, guys. Do bear in mind, it's just I've been busy. I haven't had time to do this. But this was a breakthrough album that has still today been talked about from people. Lauren Short, if you saw the documentary, it's just awesome. Just amazing artist. Great artist. Very, very, very well presented. This thing has been my biggest selling to date. People have bought this album, and I'm proud of this thing. I am really proud of this, because this was what was in lockdown period when she got signed to us. And I have to say that this, if you want to hear this original album, I'm trying to work on something with this thing that might come out again, I don't know, but this thing was all my idea. This was Lauren's best ever vocaling, singing to the highest peaks of her voice. Just unreal. Really, really tremendous album I ever made, and still is the best one I ever wrote, and just really made me feel happy. So Lauren Short, superb artist. This is what made me successful. And that album is still to this day talked about today. It's been really cool. And let's go to the catalogue. Actually, let me show you what I have been while I was working after that. So after that, I was working with a guy called this dude here. This is the guy who's broke through as well. This is my dude, my man, my awesome artist. Just cool. I worked with him. He was our first American signing. Our first American signing we ever had from the USA. This guy, I really love him so much. He is so cool. Wayne Russo Jr. still at this day being an amazing supporter for this whole journey we've been through. And I produced an album for him called Out of the Dark. This album has been another best-selling of the whole situation I've been in, and his album has been talked about again. People are screaming at him to do another one. Good news, guys. He's doing a new one next year. We were due to do one this year, couldn't, but next year, for certain, his second album comes out, Into the Light, and it's going to be a follow-up to this thing. Recommend it so much. Then after that, I then did a project called Time Riders. This was a 3-year collaboration that I did with so many artists. It was really a great album to do. It was a great album to do. It was just original tracks. Some were, especially some of them were cover songs that again were done at lockdown period, and this has been such an amazing album to do. But it took me forever to release this. So it had to get released in 2021. The project started in 2019, as I remember. Yes, 2019 is when it started. 2019 is when Time Riders started, and that's the one that really did shine through everything. But again, at the time, we weren't able to get it released. But YouTube was a way to do it. Amazing. Thank you, YouTube, for all the help we've done. So we've done that on YouTube now, and that's still on YouTube to this day. But I'll tell you more about, you know, the second thing we're doing at the moment. Next thing I did, I then worked with a artist from America who is still to this day another great artist, and everybody has been talking about her from the day she signed with us on the label, and still a hard working woman, and just really amazing tracks, songwriting, producer, arranger, top streaming songs of the whole period, all the way from USA, Adesha, and she has had great music successes on her streams. One of the top songs that she has recently put out has been Sweet Rock. Sweet Rock has been the most popular track she ever released, and also people love her music so much, and that's proven to be successful. We have got an album, Generating Life, the first album we did with her. I wrote the whole thing. I wrote the whole lot of that album, and that was me in my best element that year as well when we were recording it. It took over a year to finish it because the time Adesha was between two things and working and did the airlines and business and everything. So all that was going on, and then she said, we have to wait another year because we have to finish the album off. But we did finish it off. We finished it off really well, and that was really good. So we actually did have a lot of good things on that time, and we really were just in a good month. We were in a very good position. And after that, we then worked with. We went back to the UK. Oh, I went back to the UK, and then we worked with Kat Jane, and she brought out an album. I wrote the whole album. She actually wrote a few of the tracks, and it was an amazing album to do. It's called Dreams Come True. It was a great album to produce, great album to record, and really amazing artist indeed. So check out her album. Her album is really cool. The reason why it's not on streaming services at the moment is it's been taken down. There's been some problems with her account apparently, so we're going to have to try and get that album restored again if possible. For this, we'll try and get it done. That was all the albums that I did at the time. After that, we pursued to do singles, and it was an idea that Adesha had, and we said, well, she said to me, you know, why don't we bring out, because originally this label was not meant to be having singles out, but we obviously understood the promotion was important, and so we were looking to do singles at the time, and we decided that what we would do is we would do it singles because everybody wants to hear what we brought out and what we've done, you know. And so this was an idea that we started off with Mysterious Wonder, which was the first song. It wasn't the first song I ever wrote, but it's one of the songs which I originally got out on the streaming services. And Mysterious Wonder from Adesha was the first single that was ever released on streaming platforms. Going alongside that, the second one we released was Generating Life, the EP. We brought out 2 songs. Then Cat Jane Caress My Heart. Then Spare Change from Wayne Russo Jr., biggest successful song ever. Moving Forward. Then that was also Wayne Russo Jr. Then we brought Adesha's EP, a wedding EP that came out, 2 original songs that she wrote for the album. Love in Your Eyes and Walking in Paris. Then Wayne Russo again with No Coming Back. And then Cat Jane with Time for Letting Go. Cat Jane State of Mind. Hope Harris and Avoid. Sweet Rock from Adesha, which became the biggest streaming success. And then we did more with her for a while. We did Keep It True. Then we did Different Me. Then Diesel and Fumes. Danny Pomeroy was signed after that. He brought out a single called Diesel and Fumes. Then Clayton Phoenix Smith was one of a highlight, which we have never stopped talking about that guy. Clayton Phoenix Smith has actually just released his album Passport to South Philadelphia, which we just finished this year, which was a great success. Don't Say Goodbye was his first single. Then he brought out Yes No Maybe. Then Wayne came back and did Adrenaline Inside. Then after that we signed a woman called Denise Whitley, and she signed with us, and she brought out her original song called Word of Change, produced it really well. Jade came back as well after that and did Slave to War. Then we had a few. We did have another artist who got signed to us, and that was Ro Evans, and that was Sunflower Child, and I don't want to say too much about that song. Then we did a song from Denise called Drive. Then we did Clayton and Timeless Reflections, and we did Adesha and Tears. There's one missing there. That should be Danny and Mystified. Apparently that's gone. And then Bella Vista Christmas, which is that. It will be updated, guys. Just give me some time. As I said, I'm trying to do everything I can. You know, website, label, postings. I've just got a lot to do, guys. It's a lot to take in. But those are the stuff that we were doing at the time, and they were very successful. And we put and everything, all these songs, apart from a few of them, because a few of them are not on streaming services as yet. We have got stuff in the pipeline which we're doing as well, which is good. But this is what we were doing at the time that we were really getting there. So with that context out of its mind, we have got more. We've got more releases coming out that we are currently working on. So if you want to go and find out more about what we're doing on that side, go to our website and have a look at all our stuff. Honestly, it's worth seeing all the stuff we've done. It's just unbelievable how much stuff we've done over the past years up to now. Now let me see if I can change this window screen over. Okay, so let me see if I can do this. Let's see if I can do this one. Yep, there we go. So right, so up to now we have been. This is the stuff this is the main reason why I wanted to talk about what's been going on with this. So there was a new thing started on it with us which was to, give me a moment. If you have any questions, by the way, guys, I'm open to questions today. I just need to get back onto the other window capture. Let me go back to the browser again. Let me see what I'm doing here. No, it's video capture. What am I doing? That's it. Okay, so we want to go to this one now. Okay. Right. Okay. So. Right. Okay. So. Earlier on, I mentioned about challenge and some of the stuff that we never released before, and basically I decided to make another label part of our ST Entertainment label that we had. So we decided that there was an idea going around that you know, we haven't released anything for ages and ages and ages. You know, why don't I decide to go back into the tracks and redo them? This is Redux. This is a Redux thing we started off, and this is something that that I started the idea with a plan to get out some songs that were never released at all, and so these are the ones that we have released so far, the 3 of them that we have. Now, I was saying before about this album Challenge, which you probably have heard. Now, the first thing was, the very first thing I was thinking of was, will it be worth remixing this album and bringing up to date with all the new technology that I've got? And I thought, well, yes, it will be. So for a while, and this has took over a year to do, because it hasn't took over about a few months, it's took over a year to do. It's took over a year to do this thing. And so I had some new technology. There was some brand new things going on. And by the way, guys, if anybody starts complaining about if I use AI, no, I don't, because I don't believe all that shit going on. Don't even start with me in that. You know, so we basically, I've got a brand new setup now, and I've got a brand new, basically I've got brand new everything really, because I upgraded it so well. I got some brand new stuff for my computer, and it needed updating badly because it was really crapping out on me. So I wasn't able to do live streams better. I wasn't able to get anything, you know, done. So I got a couple of things from Nathan. Nathan kindly gave me some stuff and paid for them as well. And I did, and I thought, right, this is actually a good idea now. Now what I was thinking was, I went back into some of the old tracks that I started to work on, the early ones that I worked on with Jade. And I started with Jade first, before I did Lawrence. Change was the very first one that I did. This is the first one I ever did, and this was the very first time that I even said to Jade, you know, one of the songs that we're proud of doing live is Chains, and I love it so much, and I think we need to bring it out because it's never been heard. So I worked on updating her vocals. I remastered her vocals. We used some new technology on her vocals, and it sounded really clear. You know, there wasn't any clipping, there wasn't any background noise or anything. It was perfect. So I cleaned up her vocals. The original version I heard last night actually, and it doesn't sound really good, to be honest. But in the early days, it was difficult to really produce something very well. When I went back into it, I went back into this song, and Chains became to be a very long-winded conversation. So it took a long time to convince Jake to get it out. But I said to her, listen, we're going to launch a new label that's going to be part of what we do. We're going to redo some songs. We're going to bring it out as a Redux thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the songs that we have never released before that need remastering, that need re-recording. We could either probably release them as they are and we can bring them out. And luckily, the Chains became a great success. So after I cleaned up the vocals, it then became a thing. And then I thought, right, well, that's a good start. Now we'll bring it out. Well, we brought it out. We brought that song out and everybody went ballistic over it. They went ballistic over it. They said, what is the hell is this? This is nothing like what Jade sings. It's like, well, you never heard it before because we had it in the vaults for many years, but we never brought it out. You know. And so she said I said to her, I'm going to start doing the first mix of Chains. I'll send it to you. See what you think about the vocals and how I've cleaned them up. Send it over to her. And within a few minutes, she said, that sounds perfect. I don't really need to worry about any re-recordings. I think the harmonies are great on it. The way you've done it was great. I said, yeah, let's release it and let's get it out. So she put it out on streaming services and it just went through the roof. It just went whoosh, whoop. And I said, great, another hit. And that was actually the first one that me and Jade wrote together. And we really, I was proud of that. After that one, we then went in to do the second one from the first album we never released. Alive was such a huge, big thing that we had talked about, you know, because our first one was good. How about if we do? I tell you what, I really like is Alive. I love it Alive so much. I love the demo. Last night I heard the original demo of it, and I think there's plans to later on probably bring it out. I don't know yet, but yeah, this one was the second one we brought out. Alive has become a huge, big live thing for Jay to sing, and I wrote this one. I wrote the song, and so basically, she had re-recorded. She had re-recorded some of the vocals because she said, "I'd like to re-record it really." And at the time, Jay didn't have a recording setup at all. She didn't even have a device. She didn't have a laptop with her. A laptop was failing a little bit, which was a shame. And it said that the laptop's not going to start and I can't do this. And I said, I would love to record it. So the only option, and I don't know how this happened, but you know, when things happen magically, it does happen for a reason. So there was a vocal takes. There was some vocal takes she did that had the backing track on it, but luckily after cleaning up the vocals and turning and making sure they were right, I managed to get rid of all that noise, and it was all the backing track was and it was all this noise I heard underneath it. And luckily, after all this great technology I've got now, we were cleaned it up and we brought out Alive. And this one was a really huge demand to bring out. Some of our people who are part of the team have really said, and even people, we even put samples out, and they said, Jade, you need to release this song because this song is fucking awesome. And it got out on Spotify, and it's been taken off so well. The song's been done so well is what we have. And then we had a demo version which I heard last night, which for the CD release of it, it's only be on the CD release, but I have to go in and clean it up a little bit and redo it. So it's whereas Redux is probably what you've been redo Redux, whatever you call it. But that's what we're doing anyway from this part. So that's how this Redux thing has took off so well that now we come to why has Challenge been remixed and why has that been finally out on streaming services. There's a reason why. For about 5 years after the first release of Challenge came out, the very first time we couldn't get it out released, we couldn't get it released on streaming services because at the time, you know, we were struggling a little bit, and you know, we were we were wondering, you know, is there a way we can do this, because the label has to be represented what we can do. And I said, the only thing is that if we put this out, it's not going to be, you know, it's not going to get anywhere. But we did put it out on YouTube, and the response has been just phenomenal. A few years later, I was going back and forth about this, and my head was going around a little bit, and I kept thinking, I listened back to Challenge, and I think some of the vocals and some of the production just suffered a bit. I think it suffered a little bit from some of the songs that I didn't do at the time, which in fact I'll explain now. So I did a track called The Guiding Light, Rocking Down the Road, and the song Turning Back the Clock. Now those three songs, I think, they suffered the most. They didn't sound, to me, it didn't sound like it was the right version that I heard. I didn't feel it was the right mixes I did, because it was that time consuming. It was rushing to get this out, which was partially what we did. And then the other thing that we also didn't do was we didn't put on various songs from other things that Lauren did at the time, because we saved them for the Time Riders album. And so what I had decided to do from this year alone, I went back into this album. I went back into Challenge, and I just remembered just trying to. I remember just trying to sort of try out a couple of mixes that would work, and so I then started to go back into it. I went back to every single track, and it took over. It started in the middle of the year when I started doing it, and then I finished it just the last 3 weeks ago, which is, well, probably the last 3 weeks ago. I've managed to finish the new version of Challenge, the Redux version of Challenge. And so when it was a decision that I decided to do, I decided that this needed a brand new version put out, and it had to be, because it just needed the vocals to be like, you could hear more of the vocals in the part of it. You can hear more of the restoration and the recordings that were done, and they sounded fantastic, and they sounded great. And the result of that has been the first ever Redux version of Challenge to be re-released again. But now that we waited so long to get our label sorted out, we now finally have it out on streaming services. We do. The new version of it, the new version includes only on the streaming version. There's 15 tracks on the streaming version. There is Pass and Place, first time ever available. There is New Stage, the original version of New Stage. There is a new version of Shame, brand new version of Turning Back the Clock, brand new version of Driving Down the Road, Rocking Down the Road. Every single track on this has been redone better, much better than the first version I brought out. Not only that, in the next couple of weeks, and it might be probably after in January time, we're going to bring out a companion Redux song that I forgot to put on. So this is why we've kind of just forgot about this already. So there's a version of Turning Back the Clock with guitars in it that was meant to go on this version of Challenge. This is the Redux version of Challenge, and I didn't put it on this version of Challenge. So now I have to go back into it, and now I've got to release that version as a companion to that Challenge album, which is fine. And then we have the acoustic version of Party. We're going to stick that on as well. And then I think after that, we'll put on Only the Light, the special mix of Only the Light that we did, especially for Challenge. We'll stick that on that as well. So there'll be 3 tracks coming out of that companion of this. So it doesn't really like mess up the disc so much as well. I also one of the tracks I'm proud of is Song for Cole, the new version of it. She's loved it, and after a long time, it took some persuasion for this. Honestly, it really did. I'm not saying, and this is dedicated to her because Lauren had contacted me on Instagram and said, I hear you've just remixed Challenge, and I've heard it, and I am impressed with it, and it sounds much better than the first version we brought out. And she said, I said thanks, and we've been speaking every day, and now we've just got to put this other version of Turn About the Clock out. That'll get released in January time, first week in January, because we are busy, and we're very busy next year. But yeah, that's the reason why Challenge was re-released, remixed, reduxed, redone, and just the way that it sounded better. Packaging was just a bit different. We altered the packaging a little bit. We brightened up the image a bit better. We've got the same back on the Redux version. We've just enhanced this a bit better now for the colour aspect of it. And I have to say, out of all the albums that I've enjoyed doing a lot, I think Redux Challenge has been the best one that I've ever done. That album really did do me. That album has been just an awesome album to do. When I wrote the whole lot, and it was just really great. So you can now go and stream that live on Spotify. All the songs are there. We basically took the original tracks, we redid all the vocals, we did all of the new production on it, and it sounds tremendous. So look at that as well. And Jade's there as well with the live, which I was playing the other day. But yeah, so that's cool. So if you want to go and have a listen to that, go and listen to it on Spotify. The whole album's there. The only reason why Only the Light has not got anything tagged on it is that is the original mix of Only the Light. That's why we only remastered it for the purpose of this release. And one thing I must mention, when you get to the end of Rocking Down the Road and the Garden Light, do please remember that's nothing to do with me. That's Spotify's fault. That's a fault by Spotify. Apparently they messed it up. So I have to go back and fix that issue, but that won't be done until another few months or whatever it is anyway from it. But I do have to say, if you are wanting to hear more of her, if you want to hear some more of her stuff, look out for the companion thing that comes out soon. The companion 2 challenge comes out, and I think you'll be very impressed with it. In fact, we've also got a very early version of Challenge that was done with Nathan, and that might also come out as well. And it's a song called the Sphinx that I did write and do it for only for Town Riders, and that doesn't have her vocals on it, but it does have a great idea for the early version of Challenge that I worked on, and that could also come out as well. And if it does, and that's another thing I've still got to figure out and everything else with it now, but Laura got verified just today. She's now on there, and one of the best singers I ever worked with over that time. So if you really want to hear something that you would love to get your hands on, I really recommend listening to this album, because this was a great album to do. And the new version of Shame is unreal. Shame is just bang. Just amazing. A new stage also. Wow. Amazing. Really cool. So that was what I was working on mostly this year, was all that stuff going on, and now that's out now on streaming services, and everybody's streaming it there in Glasgow, and yeah, so that was why my time was taken up from that project, and that's why we re-released it. If there is plans to release the original version of Challenge, it might. I doubt it though. I very much doubt it. I think it's just better having this version out as a safety copy, because the safety version is better for its part anyway for me. And speaking of which, speaking of Redux, we're going to continue that series for a while. We're going to start going back into songs that again I've never released before. There's a compilation coming out as well of the best of that does not go on streaming services. The stupid thing about it is you can't put compilations on streaming services. It's so stupid. So so the next Redux one we're going to do is we're doing Time Riders, but one of the songs that we are going to bring out, is called Special Surprise. That's never been released. It has been released in the album, but it's never been out on streaming services. That'll be out on streaming services next year, and I think you've got to wait till you hear the improved version of this song, Special Surprise. It's a cracking track. What I worked on for a while, so that's all going to get redone and remixed and mixed and mastered and all that business anyway. And then we've got a lot more things coming out next year with Generating Life is also going to be, as far as I understand, Adesha had mentioned this to me as well. It was actually her idea. She said she'd like to redo the new version of Generating Life. So knowing we brought the original out, which has been a great thing to do, now she wants me to go back and redo all of that part now, and I don't mind it. It's great. And then I think down the line, we have got new artists ready to start recording their new albums. This is what I'll go through now, actually, since I'll tell you. So upcoming. I've still got to fix this business. Upcoming next year, we have got an awesome artist by the name of Sophronia. Sophronia is one of the most amazing singers that I ever signed on the label, and is about to make her journey into the world of music. She wasn't able to start recording any of her songs last year because she was busy, but this 2026, this dedicated artist is bringing out an album called Proud, and I worked on some great tracks over that period, and I've written all the songs, I've produced all the songs, and she really is one you need to listen to. Now I have to say something. Now this is weird, this is really weird, but this is so true. I have a funny feeling, and I don't know how this happened. She's got a video out there now, which is All Holy Night, which has been out on, just released today on our 24 Tracks of Christmas. Go listen to that, then go listen to Challenge, because I'll tell you something. She sounds like Lauren Short. She identically sounds like Lauren Short, but American Lauren Short, which is so weird. So I was playing All Holy Night this morning on my website, and I was thinking, you know what, that sounds very similar to Lauren Short's voice. It just sounds identical to, I don't know why it does, but it's weird. But anyway, she's got some stuff coming out next year, and I'm now going to show you what we have got coming up next year for our label. So here we go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Now we should go over to the publisher. Here we are. So obviously we've had Redux released expanded editions out now. Turning Back the Clock is not been finalised yet. It's still got to wait for a launch approval for that one. But Turning Back the Clock, the new version, the version that was supposed to be on Challenge, it could be on here. And then we've got our best of. That's not the very best of. It's actually the best of SC Entertainment. So I'm going to change that right now. So the best of SC Entertainment coming out later in the year with some great tracks on it. Then we've got Wayne Russo Jr. with his new single Wherever Comes. That comes out next year. Currently released now is Nathan, This Is Life. One of the tracks that unfortunately it did get reduxed. Unfortunately this one has not come out. There's been a massive problem with that one. So we will be rescheduling that one next year. It won't be out this year. Tears was out this year. Town of Reflections has been out. Joke Was Wild. Now if you like, now I tell you what, Halloween for me, Halloween was such a great month. Halloween was, and if you like Halloween stuff, if you like Batman and Robin and all that stuff, and you like all those dark things, then check out this song from Nathan Walker called Joke Was Wild. I'll tell you something, this song has never been such talked about, and they said, is that Nathan to his darkest time? I says, yes it is. And what a hell of a track that is. I mean, that track was so cool to do. What Joke Was Wild, worth listening to that one, and that's cool. Then we have got a track from Sophronia. We haven't actually confirmed this artwork yet. Save the day. This artwork's getting changed. Then we have got Danny's new song Pulling the Pain, that we still haven't released. We are still waiting for that to do. Then we have Denise's LB. Then she brought out Drive. Sophronia's first single will be called Into the Face. That's the first single we're bringing out of this one. Artwork not confirmed yet. We're still waiting for the artwork to be confirmed. One of the songs that I think really did make it was Proven Ground. If you like classic Bryan Adams style, that's the song you need to listen to. Proven Ground, been the most successful song. Mystified as well has been out on streaming services as well. I mean, when we was Adrenaline Inside. And then later next year we're going to have Cat Jane and New and Fresh. It's a brand new sound she's got. Nothing compared to the AOR feel, but I've written a track for her and she's writing the lyrics to this song actually, and I'm looking forward to getting that out as well. So there's quite a lot there, guys, to bring out. So as I said, we're going to confirm if we can get this one out. We want to get that new mix of the one that we did do, which was the Tell 'Em About the Clock song, which that was a mistake on my behalf. But anyway, it's going to go on there with 3 extra tracks for the release on the disc version, and I think we're going to be really excited. So that's all from that perspective. Now guys, now here's something else that you probably, this will be an exclusive for the Facebook, for the YouTube guys. I have actually explained on my Facebook page, which has been linked to this thing, which has been really cool. So after 7 years of success with what we've done with Challenge and what we've done with all these songs coming out, and everybody's really wanting me to, they want to work with me more on music, they all want me to pursue better and get better, and you know, I'm 50 years old now, 51 next year, but you know, and I love my job. But the one thing that is exciting for me is the next year. This year, I would say, has been a nice, good year for me. But 2026, I am excited for 2026. This next year, I am how can I say it? I am really looking forward to 2026 because so many things are happening for me. we working from do you know the best thing about this job is getting to work from home is such an amazing, wonderful experience. There's people out there, and I am going to say a few things. There are people out there who have contacted me left, right, centre, everywhere, and they all want to work with me. Everybody wants to work with me, and I just love the fact that I've got something I'm proud of to do. There are so many artists in this world who don't get themselves heard on anything that they do. I had a conversation recently with Steve, and Steve is the best mate I've ever liked. He's the DJ who really, he really did. He's done a lot for me, and I've done a lot for him. And a conversation came up just this week, which has really been kind of on my mind for a bit actually, and this affects it's affecting the music industry itself. There is something that I have been told from Steve that I'm shocked with. There is I don't know whether it's coming from one label or anyone, but Sony Music apparently Sony Music is getting a little bit. I'm going to put it this way. A few years ago, the Now series was owned by EMI for many years until Sony bought the rights to the Now series, which has been a fair on their behalf. That's what's crippling the industry. I think there are people out there. I'm not saying the big guys, the big cheeses. They're there. That's fine. There's the compilation series has not been successful for the last 5 years. For the last 3 years, was it 3 years? 3 years, and there hasn't been anything good about it. That it's failing. But that's not the point. The point is there has been a lot of rubbish in the charts recently. I mean, that I don't listen to, which I'm glad about. There's a lot of negativity been going on around the music industry. There's been a lot of people releasing music in department stores. Local artists are getting heard, which I am happy about that. We, on the other hand, we're doing it the right way. We're doing it the right way. You know, we don't care about. I don't care about six. I don't care about fame. I don't care about fortune. I don't care about it. I don't like it. I do like success. I love creativity and original. Let's get that straight. Because I said before, AI. I don't use it. It's fakery. It's just nothing but fakery and stealing music, and it's piracy and everything. There's a Facebook page which I have been following for a while that is doing AI fake music, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of what they do. I'm proud of what he does. He's really a good guy. He makes AI content, and he puts it on his page. It's called Fake Music BR, and if you go on his Spotify channel, you want to hear some of the stuff he's created. It's all fake. It's all fake. It's not real. It's not real vocals or anything. It's been really cleverly done that way. And one thing that really amazed me was, if you've heard, there's a metal song that I think people have liked for a while, which is, what the hell's it called again? There's a metal song that someone did. It's really clever how someone did this. So there's a video out there. If you want to go and have a look on YouTube, it's absolutely phenomenal how he did it. So he's I think what he's done is he created a like a jazz funk kind of song, and I listened to it, and I thought, that's a metal song, isn't it? But it's been very cleverly done, and it's very clever how they do it, because he took the he made it, like, he must have made his own track. He must have made his own like funky kind of thingy track for it, and he's done it that way, and then all of a sudden, and after that, he's then done he's took the vocals. Well, it's not. Let's put it this way. It's not the vocals from anybody. It's been cleverly edited. So he's took a vocal from somewhere, which I don't know who the hell it is, but really clever. And he made the metal song into a funk kind of vocal, and it's very clever how he's done it. And don't get me wrong, I don't like it, but I love the way that he did this. And I thought, okay. I listened to the backing track, and I'm like, the backing track is so, it got a good groove to it. But when we listen to the vocals, because there's a new, if you all know now, there's a way you can take off vocals now, which I'm glad they did invent this very well. It's called Ultimate Vocal Remover. If you've got that, brilliant. I listened to the vocals. I listened to how he did it, and it's really clever. So what he's done is he edited. He took a vocal from one part. There's a little part in there which sounds like Aretha Franklin, and then he's used another vocalist. What the hell's her name? I think it was. What was Aretha Franklin? He's basically used an Aretha Franklin vocal on it. And it's really clever how he's done it, and I played it over and over and over again, and I was like, right, I know what he's done. He's put like I know, because obviously used it on Suno, which Suno's being sued now for what it's done. I mean, that's like crazy what's going on with Suno at the moment. But he did that, and then I heard it, and I was thinking, that's really clever how you've done that, but I don't like it. I don't like the way he's stolen that vocal and made it his own thing. It's weird. Anyway, moving on from that side, there's another video going around that I also saw called Breaking the Law, and it is a AI generated country rock AI generated track. It's it's really, really, really good, actually. That's the best one I've heard. But again, it's all fake. So he's basically used, this is the same guy, used I don't think anybody's playing the guitar. I think he's basically edited the guitar cleverly. It's very cleverly done. And then he's put the vocal on, and I'm thinking, right, he's took that from a country guy, a vocalist, and it's Chris Stapleton. So he used Chris Stapleton's voice on that, and I was going, that's how you're cheating the system. How can they cheat that system? That's such a bad thing to do. But for what it's worth, I think it's making the statement. AI can make you cheat. It can be cheated, because you see, all our stuff that goes out there is all original. It's all original stuff. We've got I'm proud to make music which is real music, not chip music. It's not none of this. It's not AI copyrighted or generated. It's actually been written properly, and that's why the music industry is crippling people at the moment with all this going on, and they'll make sure it's all thinking about it. Like, I work in this room every single day on music, every single day of my life, and I use Samplitude for many years. I've used it for many years. I've got instruments that apps, proper strings, and I don't. And I do stick to that formula. That's an original formula you stick to. But having the fact that AI is screwing everybody over, it's not a good thing. I mean, there was one guy. There's one guy who signed to us. Who there's one guy. Yeah, there's one guy who got signed to us about 2018 is when we started. And Time Riders came out in 2021, and this guy had done his album, which was a dogs, pink dogs thing. Old Dog New Tricks it's called, and the songs are really, really, really not bad, to be honest. They're all right. It's not what I would produce. Definitely wouldn't. Anyway, so he opened his account, he uploaded his album, and he cheated the system. I can't believe he cheated the system. Basically, he wanted to get higher streams from everybody. He wanted to get the best. He wanted to get his album top rated, and wanted to get all this stuff going on. And what he did was he automatically made a playlist, and then people wanted to get him to listen to his playlist, and I said, well, that's wrong. That's all cheating the system. And he cheated the system. He absolutely cheated the system. He wanted more followers, more people to go on his page, more people to see him, and go and see him live, and he's just cheated the system completely. And that's not how you do it. You don't do that. You do not do that. Because for what it's worth, that's not how you do things like that. You don't do that. It's not on at all. And so so that's how, and that's why he left, because he said, I'm going to work with Alan, my producer. I'm going to work with him on my music and bring up my songs. And I was like, that's fine by me, mate, because I'll tell you something, I'm not working in that genre. You're working in, mate, because your genre does not work for me at all. Now, I have heard the album. I've heard the album. It's just really very hard to describe. I'd say the first song, September Sun, perfect. When you get the when you get to the songs like, oh God, I mean, right. So because I know he promoted the album very well, and he wanted to get himself famous and noticed, and people didn't know him. And he cheated the system, which was so wrong to do. And he gets this song out, and I'm like, mate, what on earth? Why on earth would you release a song like this for? And it's just a stupid song. It's out there you can go and listen to it. It's called stupid title to it. It's called Supermarket Love. All about the song about Asda. You write a song about Asda. Why on earth would you write a song about Asda for? Jesus. I would never write a song like that in my life. I mean, come on. I write exciting songs. I mean, I write stuff about things in my life that have been even. Actually, I wrote one for Clayton recently. In fact, I've probably written some amazing stuff for him. I've written a track called Days into Nights, and I took the idea from one of my songs I was working on, which is not alive. Let's put it straight. But I was working on Days into Nights with Clayton, and I wrote it, and it was all about him finding finding out where his true love was, but that wasn't the whole thing. But with the song that we desperately needed to get out within 7 years was the Red and Blue, and the Red and Blue was the best AOR song I've ever written in my life. It's the best Steve Perry kind of song, a Journey kind of song you want to hear, like Jonathan Cain kind of thing. Really top notch song. And that song, I'm proud of that. That was the first one I ever demoed with Jade. Jade sang it originally, but it wasn't for her. So I gave it to Clayton, and I said, Clayton, we've got to release this track. And we put sax on it, we did everything on it, and it's been great. And then recently I went back into songs like Fate that I did with Darren. I've gave it to Clayton for him to record and release until the Return Riders one comes out later on. Darren's a great singer. He's a great vocalist, but he did a great job on Shakedown. That's the one that is actually one I am gonna bring out on Redux. Top notch song of my life. Love it. So that will be remastered and redone. I know that definitely will be out. Shakedown will be out. You'll be impressed with that. If you ever seen the video for that and you like the song of it, wait to hear the new version of Shakedown. That's going to blow you away. It's going to be so cool. But and that was written at a time when I was in a really good mood. Yeah, just trying to write it like a Ronnie Atkins kind of thing as well. That's something else I like as well. I like one of the songs. Some songs I'm bringing out on Clayton's next album next year is Ecstatic Lips on Mine, and we've gone really with Ronnie Atkins. If you've ever heard of Ronnie Atkins in your life, check out the song called One Shot. I think it's called One Shot. I think when Clayton heard that, he said, "I've got to sing like Ronnie Atkins." And I'll tell you something. You hear this next album by. Hear the next couple of songs coming out from Clayton. Like Days and Nights is the next single bringing out. It's gonna be amazing. And we actually have got a song coming out by him called "Rocking Into the Countdown," which we have not released yet. It's coming out on the 26th of December. So that's scheduled for that, and we've just finished the mix of that one. It just sounds really amazing. It's a good song to end the year, I think, because it hasn't. There's never been New Year's Eve songs and New Year's songs in a way, because no one does them anymore. They all want to have, thingy tracks and whatever else, and that's it. But I write stuff like there's a song actually that I was speaking to another artist I was speaking to just today, and she's refused to, but not refused. She's just kind of doesn't want her songs out in a way. Because I think there's two songs I've got in the pipeline called "Hold Me From the Rain," "Surround Me," and that was Gliders who sang it, and really great artist, great singer from the Philippines. And I have been looking into that one and been kind of thinking, do I really need to bring it out? So again, I don't know if that will be out on this. I'm not sure yet, but it depends. But there's a lot of things going on, guys, that has been happening since the time I've been thinking about it. But one thing we have got is Denise is coming back to us next year. We have Laura coming back next year. She's going to start recording her album finally. Redux series is going to continue for a while, and finally get a full album out by Nathan. Especially the next single. Well, I haven't wrote anything yet, but his next single, I think, will be very different. So yeah, that seems to me kind of in the mode I've been feeling for this while. But yeah, but AI technology, I don't believe it. I like the way that they work things out and take vocals off songs, and fair enough. But because here's the thing I did. I got I had some song. I had in my music drive. I had some songs on my music drive, and I was just playing around with some stuff, and I tried. I was trying so desperately to get a hold of a song from Taiketo called "The Run," which had a backing track, and I was wondering is there a backing track for that, and there's no backing tracks available. Well, since all this AI stuff started, there's this great online website. It only allows you to post about 5 songs a day. But if you get an account with it and you get it, that's good. Cause and this one I trust, and it doesn't make a mess of everything, which is good. So I put in a copy of the Taiketo's The Run. I wanted to hear the backing track, and because I was so desperate to get it, and put it in. I put it in. I was thinking, right, what should I do? So I put it with the thingies. I put it with the guitars, and I just thought, no, I'll just put it as a track itself. And then I put it with the track, and I thought, you know what? And I was worried about it. I was thinking, it's going to sound like shit. But I downloaded it, took the vocals. It took the vocals off straight away, cleaned the vocals off absolutely fine, and I downloaded it, and I couldn't believe the hearing. The quality was so good, and that was a WAV version, and the quality was top notch. And I thought, right, that's just me playing around with it, and then I just started messing around, and I realised, I can do all this. And I said, that's good. This is, but AI is kind of cheating a little bit. It is kind of cheating the system a little bit. You have to really make your own karaoke versions. But it's in a way it does save so much hassle searching for a karaoke song that you've wanted for years and years and years, and then you want to try and use that at a gig or somewhere, and you go online, you buy these things on that Sunfly and Zoom Karaoke and everything else. But what they do now is, what they ask you to do now is, they ask you to pay for a song that you want to download, and I mean, there used to be ways you used to get it before, but now that's all stopped now. So, which has been very hard to do, which I agree with. It's a good thing that stopped it all, and so that really brings up to what I do, because I don't do any of that. I don't do any backing tracks at all. I'll only do backing tracks for what we created for the song we've done, and I'll only give them to the artist itself. I would never ever publish them anywhere else. Because the backing tracks are their backing tracks they can have. Like Lauren Short's got all her backing tracks from her previous thing she did with one of her songs, and it's been a really good learning tool as well, to say, write original music, just don't steal anybody else's music. Because if you have heard in the press, Suno was getting sued. Suno's been getting sued for copyright infringement. Yeah, and people have told them not to use it. And I remember speaking about this to Daisha. And I said, you do know that Suno, it's not a real thing, It's not a real tool. So she's going, well, what do you mean? I says, well, it's all stolen, That's all stolen, that is. That's not your track. It says we can recreate the track, but we've got to be careful what we do. But that's not their music to have. That's been stolen. And she says, oh my God. I says, really? I says, yeah. I said, you've got to be careful, because there could be a lot of things going on. So we have a song called Me First. That's the one that came to me, and we have redone it. We didn't use the AI version, which we just wanted to do our own take on it, and we haven't brought it out because we don't know what's going on. Well, I know why we can't bring it out, because in case we get something with it, and I'm hoping we don't. So yeah, so that's the reason why we've got to do it ourselves and do it this way for real, because I spend a lot of time paying. I spend a lot of time paying my guitarist every month. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money now. You know, you've got to pay these people. So do it for real. Just don't let anybody steal your material. This is what we learned. We've learned this a lot from a video that went out. Davey504 has been. He got a lawsuit done with his. Someone stole it. Somebody apparently used a video that shouldn't have used, and some weird thing happened with that. Then all of a sudden, he's now. There was a video that he posted about AI stuff, and he said that I hate AI to bits. And you know what? I agree with him as well, because it is not. It's not fair. It's not fair on. It's not fair for the music industry. It isn't fair on me. I've had songs for many years, and I've never published anything. I mean, the last thing I did was my first original song I wrote was Getting Better, which never got a single. But now it will. But it'll never ever get out on. It will never be out. That song will never get released at all from Cat Jane's part. It'll only be on the album, but I'll never release it on that thing. It's something that that's something else. That's also something else we've also been taking part of as well. We're not releasing our best songs because it's high attention for us. So we've got Days and Nights. We've got I don't know what's the other one he's bringing out. I want the Cantons on the album. Days and Nights is on the album, and we've got a song called. I wrote a one called. What's that song called that I wrote from? Let me have a quick look. It's called Fate. That is on the album, but it's not a single. But Red and Blue's a single, and we just we've got. I'll tell you what's actually on the album. We've got Days and Nights. That'll be a single next, so we're bringing that out. Fate is not single. Magic in the Dust is not a single. Nautilus Blues has just been released. Positive Attitude is a single. Rocking at the Candles is a single, and then he's got some other stuff in the pipeline. Static Lips on Mine will include Adesha, I think it does, for that part anyway from it. That's cool. And with that conversation to an end, guys, that is the end of my live stream. That is it. So I thought I'd just give you a little overview of what we're doing. But if you're wondering, well, you were meant to tell us something else about what's happening next year. Yeah. Well, 2026. Guys, in 2026, things are going to be big. Things are going to be big. I'll just quickly let me put it in one frame of mind. I'll say one thing is coming back next year, which I'm going to do. Everybody knows about it. Everybody's heard about it. If you haven't heard about it yet, Artist Live 2026 USA is going to be back. Because I'm going to America next year. You better believe it. I'm going to America. We're going to live stream it. We're going to have our artists down there, the American artists we're going to have, and it's the first time we're ever going to put it on for these guys. And we're hoping that the place that we're trying to get, we did contact Wayne about it. We just got to wait for their approval for it. We'll hope we can get it. Hope we can. We're very excited to do it. If we can get it, that's good. And then we're off to America, to the States next year to do some other things going on. But apart from that, guys, that's been a huge, big, an hour and 45 minutes of me talking about my label and everything else, guys. But that is what my job is, guys. I love doing it because it's just so good. Producing music well, creating music very well, using just really outstanding, brilliant music that I've created for over the past few years. And well, what can I say? I mean, I'm proud of it. I'm so proud. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of what I've achieved, a team, this huge label has been so exciting to do. It really has. It's just unreal how so many people, local artists, people, unknown artists, and people who want to get their music out there, they want to be heard, you know. And you know, we thank God we've got all this technology. We thank God we've got these streaming services. And the other news I was going to tell you guys is that we now will be having our own label on our streaming services from next year, and that is so great. So we finally got it sorted out. We finally did, and especially what we're doing with Lauren Short's album. I mean, I'm proud of that. I'm so proud of it. But yeah, it's been a journey, guys. It's been a long journey. 7 years has been a long journey. We're in our 8th year next year. In 2028, we'll be 10 years in the business. I mean, technically, we really should have said we did start in 2020, but we didn't. We started in 2018. That's when we started. But there is plans to bring out the documentary again, guys. There's a lot of people been saying about where's documentary, where is it, why can't we find it on YouTube, why are you taking it down? It's going to be re-edited, it's going to be reproduced again, it's going to come out absolutely this time. It's not going to be taken down. It will be out on YouTube, so it will be out, but when, I don't know. You have to wait and see, because as I said, I've got many things on the minute. So yeah. So you'll be proud to know, yes, it will be out on YouTube, but when, I do not know. I don't know. So just have to wait and see. Wait and see. That's all I can say. Wait and see. But we do want to go back into it and redo the whole lot. We want to. My interviews are fine. But with the other interviews, I wish we could find Jade's interview. I wish we could find it. We couldn't find the bloody thing before. But yeah, I hope we can. But I'm hoping that we can get that out again. We really want to. What we really want to do is we want to really redo the whole thing. Really, that's what we really want to do. But there is another documentary in progress. We are looking into. It just depends if we can get it done. I hope we can, because we want to try and get this this out now, and it's really incredible we can do it. But I do have to say one thing, guys. If I had not made it, I would have been in a position where I would have just gone nuts. But luckily I haven't, and I love my job. And that's all I'm going to say, guys. So thank you for tuning in. So that's it. And oh yeah, one other thing as well, guys. If you are wondering about Queen stuff, no, I'm not collecting anymore. That's it for me. No, that's it for Queen now. Definitely off the card, so that's it for me. Right, I'm going to go, guys. So thank you for tuning in, guys. I hope it's been a very informative live stream. If you want to go and follow us on our stn-mpr.com is our website. If you are an artist and you want to work with us, you can send us an email on info@stn-mpr.com, and then if you stick to our page on Facebook, it's ST Entertainment. That's what you just type in there. We are thinking about changing the name, to be honest, because we've had so many issues with this damn thing, Facebook business going on. So we're hoping it's going to be resolved. Hoping we get it sorted out soon. They'll be alright with it. But anyway, that's it, guys. Like I say, we're not going to be posting any videos or content on this now. We're only posting it on Facebook. We're not posting it on here, because there's a huge big thing that YouTube won't let me do, and they won't. Obviously, if you search for Lauren's challenge remix album, it is on YouTube, and I've got to look at that actually after this when we do it. But it'll be but we can't play anything because due to YouTube's stupid copyright issues. Why? Crazy stuff. Anyway, we'll get it sorted out soon. We'll get it sorted out, guys. Alright, guys. Have a nice Christmas, guys. Have a nice New Year. I'll see you next year for a great year of this label. And thanks so much for joining. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.